Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. I've got some interesting, just a couple of little things. I'm not going to keep you too long. I've noticed, I don't know if any of you guys know the Abraham peace accord that took place. If you've missed it, I don't know why you would have, but there was a coin to commemorate the event. It was where they were uniting Israel with all these other nations that they've formerly fought against, and they can all live in peace and harmony and have a picnic together. Anyway, they had a coin, so they brought it out, and I'm just going to try and find it quickly. I want to show you. I had it ready. Here we are. I'll just find a picture of it. I want you to notice something on top of the coin. Can you see that? Focus. There we go. You see that? Sorry about the light. There we go. You see a picture of, it looks like Saturn, but does Saturn have a big red spot on it? And stripes? No. So it's a combination of Jupiter and Saturn. Isn't that funny? Also, have a look at that. Where's the other picture? There, look at that. Need syringes. There's probably so many other probably so much other symbolism on that that we're not seeing. So, yes, find that interesting? I do. I'll tell you about another dream I had. It was a bad one. It was after that, the first one I told you about, where I was attacked in my sleep, and where something was caressing my ear and it paralyzed me and I couldn't turn around. I forgot to add a part of that dream: nightmare, night terror, sleep paralysis, where I told you it was nuzzling on my ear and I tried to roll over but I couldn't, and it had me paralyzed. And I remember it was like a cloud above me, and it was trying to get into my mouth. And it wasn't just the event itself. It was the feeling it gave me. It was one of complete emptiness, hopelessness, devoid of love, devoid of any kindness or love. That's what it felt like. This thing let you feel like what it felt. I guess that's how the damned must feel. Anyway, so that happened. So I decided to sleep in another room because I was terrified to sleep in the same place, which I shouldn't have been, because these things can get you anywhere. It was another waking. It was towards the morning now. I'd slept all night, and it was like I had these transfiguring beings at the foot of my bed, and they were trying to get frisky with me. It's not the only incident that has been described by others as well. They try to get intimate with you. They do. So yeah, and it carried on a bit too. I even slept in another room, and it was like I was talking to a priest, and then all of a sudden this awful music tune, it was like from the pits of hell, it was playing in my ear. And so I had to force myself awake again. It was horrible. It was the most horrible music I'd ever heard in my life. And I'm glad that ended. So, but I think it's the fear. I think it's the fear that these beings like to create to... I'll do anything as long as you don't hurt me anymore, as long as you stay away from me. So That's how they could control you, just like the media does. I noticed with the media, it's they go from the big plague going around. They'll go from that, and then when that sort of dies down a bit, they'll go to natural disasters. Then if that dies down, they'll go to major crime like murders and stuff. It'll just be a perpetual state of just constant fear with the media. So I switch it all off, because I think they're casting spells on you. I saw one where someone who worked in the music industry, he was a really wicked man. Jimmy Savile. I don't know if you've heard of him. Jimmy Savile is a horrible, horrible person. He used to say things 3 times to cast a spell on his audience. And it worked because he had so many people under his power, and he didn't even have to do anything famous. He never brought out music. He was just a host, really, a radio host, really, in essence. And boy, did he have a lot of sway. You know who was best friends? He was best friends with Prince Charles and all those sort of people. He was untouchable. And when he was buried, they buried him on a 45-degree angle, like a vampire or something. And it's funny because I said he was best friends with Prince Charles, that he wanted to be buried like a vampire. And what did Prince Charles say? He said he was a direct descendant of Vlad the Impaler, which is, the inspiration for the story of Dracula. And his father's great too, isn't he? Said when he dies, he wants to come back as some sort of a bubonic plague or something to wipe out mankind. Lovely chap. Okay, I want to talk about quickly when I go shopping, because it's that time of year. You've got to go, get all the presents and whatnot. I was walking in my local huge big shopping complex, mall, as you call it in the States. Everything seemed normal again. No masks, no. You have the signs and the little arrows and stuff, of course, but they have got an Apple store. It was this mega store, bright white, of course, and everyone was lining up to go inside in these little, I call them cattle sort of grid things. You've got to be like a cattle, and you're not human anymore, remember? But as you were going in, they were handing you the mask, and it was like people were just willingly, like they wanted to be just, give me the mask. I've got to go in and I've got to get the latest iPhone. And it was kind of shocking to me, really. I was like, these people really do think they're on the good side of history. You know what I mean? I'm on the good side of history, they're thinking. And I'm walking around there myself, and the way I think, I'm thinking it's coming whether we like it or not, this kind of system. I was just more and more thinking how much I didn't fit into it anymore. I mean, I heard Mr. Gates, lovely character. I don't know if it slipped out of his mouth, but he said in an interview, the masks and 2022, you'll still be wearing them. So, vaccine or no vaccine, you're going to be wearing those things, and the distancing will never end. And I don't think that's got to do with anything. I think that's got to do with surveillance, maybe. Could be wrong. A lot of people are saying that the 666 rule, in America it's 6 feet. isn't it? You got 4 people lined up. You got 6, 6, 6. Anyway, so yeah, I'm thinking how much I just don't fit in here anymore, and how much some people are just, they're loving it, and it's giving a lot of people excuses to abuse their power too, don't you think? Like, they get himself a little high visibility vest or something, and become some sort of a marshal. You stand over there and you do this. And they're just these hired security people, or they're just a manager of something, or they're just gives them this real excuse to really abuse maybe somebody they don't like the look of you, or yeah, I'm gonna make his life miserable, I'm gonna make her life miserable, I don't like her. What about that? Oh, she's prettier than me or something, you know. I can see it happen. It's already happening. Actually, I saw a great video of a guy. It was in a Walmart, I believe, in America, and he stood up on the shelves and he said, you know, he made a huge speech about how we got to stand up to this. We've got to stand up to this. It's never going to end. Your lives are going to be like this forever if you don't stand up. You know, I mean, I couldn't have done something like that. So hats off to that guy. See the one where I was going to say the news story where I just saw they were giving someone a needle and the plunger was already pushed in, and the camera caught the whole thing. I mean, it was so obvious. The plunger was already pushed in and they pushed the syringe into the guy's arm and nothing went in. And another one where that healthcare work, I think, and she passed out straight after. That was great. And there was a few of these. Have a look for them. They're everywhere at the moment. Fake injecting and whatnot. So yeah, the games continue. I'll just quickly mention a couple of famous historic Jesus followers from the past that you might not have thought were. You've got Mr. Isaac Newton. He actually worked out the Great Tribulation to be around 2015. I don't know how he came to that conclusion, but he wasn't far off, I think. I mean, if we're expecting it to happen soon. Pretty amazing. I mean, he was a genius, or considered one. And you've got Charles Darwin on his deathbed, converted to Christianity. So yeah, you never know, do you? You never know. You never know. I think the most brilliant minds, except God, Einstein didn't. I found Einstein a bit weird because he was supposed to be this big genius, and a few of his theories have been proven wrong. And he wasn't willing to go the extra mile either when it came to like supernatural kind of stuff. He said that was called spooky science because he was too afraid to approach it, and because he was trying to see the world in just figures and numbers and facts and all this. And there's so much more that we're yet to understand. It's not set in concrete. It's not written in stone. The only thing that was written in stone was the Ten Commandments, wasn't it? Now they're written on our hearts, so we don't even need those. The stone tablets, I mean. One of those commandments, I've always thought honor thy mother and honor thy father. And we're taught that no matter what, always honor your blood mother and your blood father. And I think, well, hang on a second. It says in scripture, it says that the mother of us all is Israel. And who's our father? Right? So, honouring the mother and the father. Just a thought. I could be wrong. I could be missing something. As I said, I'm not a teacher. I'm not a preacher. I mean, it's almost arrogant sometimes when someone says, I'm going to become a preacher. It's almost arrogance. I was watching something on the mega churches last night. You know Kenneth Copeland? That man. Oh, is it a man? He looks like a serpent. I mean, and I think the reason they get so many followers is because they just want to become rich too, and they think he takes money from dying people who think that they can cure them. Some woman found out that their mother, who was terminally ill, she handed over everything to this guy, Kenneth Copeland, who flies around in private jets and says he can't travel commercial because it's like traveling in a tube full of demons. He learnt from another guy just like him. And then you got the Joel Osteen. I was only getting sucked into him a few years ago. I was like, oh yeah, your best life now and all this sort of stuff. And he seemed really passionate, and you know, he's a little bit of a wordsmith. He's a charmer. Snake charmer. Let me try and think of a nice little dream I had. I had a dream that have you ever had an out-of-body dream where it's like you left your body? This is before I was a Christian, and I used to fly around. I swear it was my neighbourhood at night time. I used to leap off balconies and leap over fences and fly close to the ground, and it was always so real. And you know, you've got people who believe in astro traveling. Now you've got to look up a guy called Stephen Bankars. He used to be into the New Age, and he was very, very successful. He sold a lot of books, and he had a really bad experience with his meditation, and he had an out-of-body experience, and he said he met a demon, and he said it was like the guy out of Star Wars, Darth Maul, and it's got like a red face and little horns and stuff. He said he was similar to that, but he had one eye, and he said the one eye like looked through him and told him that you're mine and all this sort of stuff. So he had a big house and nice cars, and he gave it all up. I mean, he understood now. Steve Bankars, look him up. He used to have, those those earrings with the big stretchy earlobes and all that, and he was right into transcendental, how you say it, meditation, and super intelligent guy. That's why he was successful in the New Age, because he thought that was the truth. But now he knows the truth, and he can interpret the Bible fantastically. He is very good. But I don't think he's looking at the rapture, funnily enough. I think he's still, although he's very intelligent, he's still trying to maybe be successful in this field, because, the world is tempting. But he's very good though. He's very, it's awesome to listen to him. It really is. Steve Bankars. So yeah, for now I might just leave it there. And it's been wonderful having you all again. My voice is a bit shaky. I haven't had my coffee yet. I didn't want to start the coffee machine and wake anyone up. So Yeah, but I think we got through it. So yeah, so keep an eye out for that Bethlehem star. Don't let anybody tell you that it doesn't mean anything. It definitely means something. Oh yeah, the eclipse that passed over the tip of South America. There was some big earthquakes after it. Somebody was pointing that out in a video I was watching last night. So I don't think that'll be the end of things after the eclipse. I think there might be more to come. As I was saying in my previous video, that the eclipse usually means destruction. A solar eclipse usually means destruction. Look at the crucifixion when there was could have been an eclipse, a huge earthquake. I'm holding my hands up. I'm going. Yeah. So anyway, I'll leave it there for now, but we'll catch up very shortly. So take care of yourselves. God bless you all. And I look forward to meeting you all one day. See you guys.